Hello everyone and welcome back to Mrs. B History. In this video we're going to be tackling question 3 on paper 4, where you get given a choice of 3 questions and you pick 2 of them. They will be questions starting with explain the importance. Specifically in this video we'll be looking at the importance of the arms race in the years 1949 to 58 for the development of the Cold War. This is a question that rewards students who can do one thing very well, and that is to analyse significance. Not describe events, but analyse why they mattered. By the end of this video, you'll have the formula, the content knowledge, and a full model answer to use for your revision for your exam. So let's start with the structure of the question. Question 3 gives you 3 options and asks you to explain 2 of them. Each one is worth 8 marks and marked separately. In this video, we're going to focus entirely on the question below, which shows about the arms race option. The question asks you to explain the importance of the arms race in the years 1949 to 1958 for the development of the Cold War. Those 2 words, importance and development, are doing a lot of work. They're telling you exactly what the examiner wants, not a description of what happened, an explanation of why it mattered and how it shaped the Cold War. This question is worth 8 marks, so you should spend about 12 to 13 minutes on this part before moving on to your second chosen question. This tests both AO1, which is your factual knowledge, and AO2, your analysis of importance. Both are essential and both are marked equally. Now let's look at the mark scheme, because understanding the levels is what separates a grade 9 from a grade 5. Level 1 gives you 1 to 2 marks. This is for simple or generalised answers. Things like the arms race increased tensions because both sides had more weapons. That's accurate, but it's vague. It doesn't analyse, it simply describes, so therefore it would get you a level 1. Level 2 gives you 3 to 5 marks, and here you're making an attempt to analyse importance. You show some reasoning, some organisation. You're adding relevant information, but your analysis may lack full coherence. This is where most students land. Now, level 3 gives you 6 to 8 marks, and this is your grade 9 zone. To get a level 3, the examiner needs to see 3 things working together. Coherent and logically structured reasoning, that's AO2. Accurate and specific knowledge of the period, that's AO1. And a clear line of argument about why the arms race was important for the development of the Cold War. The mark scheme also reminds us that AO2 is essential. An answer with no qualities of AO2 analysis cannot get beyond a level 1, regardless of how much knowledge is included. So you must explain importance and not just demonstrate knowledge. So this is the concept that most students misunderstand, and it's where grade 9 is genuinely won or lost. So let me tell you what this question is not asking for first. It's not asking you to describe what the arms race was. It's not asking for a chronological list of weapon developments. It's not asking you to tell the story of the Cold War. And critically, it's not asking you to describe the USA's use of the atomic bomb on Japan in 1945. That's outside the date range, and the examiner's report flags it as one of the most common errors. So, what is it asking for? Well, it's asking, why did the arms race matter? What did it change? How did it shape the development of the Cold War between 1949 and 1958? Every sentence you write needs to be about significance. Every sentence needs to be answering implicitly or explicitly the question, why did this matter? Think of it like a court case. The arms race is on trial. Your job is to present the evidence for why it was important. You're not the court reporter recording what happened. You're the barrister arguing the case for significance. So let's look at the grade 9 formula for this question. Now you need 4 elements working together, and I want you to think of these as a chain where each step builds on the last. Step 1 is your importance statement. Open by stating the importance directly. Don't ease into it. Don't start with in 1949. Start with The arms race was significant for the development of the Cold War because you're announcing your argument from sentence 1. Step 2 is specific knowledge. Immediately back your argument up with precise detail, dates, weapon names, events, people. Not both sides built weapons, but in 1949 the USSR tested its first atomic bomb, ending America's nuclear monopoly. That's AO1 doing its job. Step 3 is explaining the importance. Now here's where your AO2 works. Why did that knowledge matter? What did it lead to? How did it change the Cold War? Use phrases like, this was significant because, or this transformed the nature of the Cold War by. And then step 4 is develop the analysis. Push into a second strand of importance. Don't stop at one angle. The best answers, the ones that score 8 out of 8, explore more than one dimension of significance. I'll show you exactly what this means in a moment. So let's quickly run through the actual history that you'll need to answer this question. Now, the examiner report tells us very clearly what level 3 responses included and what level 1 and 2 responses got wrong. Firstly, the critical year in the question's 1949 and not 1945. The examiner flagged this repeatedly. Describing the USA dropping bombs on Japan is outside of the time frame. Your race content starts with the USSR testing its first atomic bomb in 1949. Second, the hydrogen bomb race. The USA tested the H-bomb in 1952 and the USSR matched it in 1953. These weapons were thousands of times more destructive than the Hiroshima bomb. This is the knowledge that level 3 students cited specifically. Third was the bomber gap. By the mid-1950s, the USA became concerned that the USSR had a larger fleet of long-range nuclear-capable bombers. This created profound anxiety in Washington, not just about weapons, but about vulnerability. Fourth was Sputnik in 1957. The USSR's launch of the world's first satellite was not just a scientific achievement, it proved that Soviet ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, could now reach the US homeland directly. American defense spending increased sharply. Missile sites were established across Western Europe. This is excellent own knowledge for your answer. And fifth, the Geneva Summit in 1955. Khrushchev's pursuit of peaceful coexistence was a direct result of the enormous financial cost of the arms race. This is a crucial piece of content for the second strand of importance, which I'll come to next. Now here's the insight that separates a grade 7 from a grade 9. Now most students write about one thing. The arms race made the Cold War more dangerous, and of course that's correct. That's one strand of importance. But the examiner's report specifically noted that the best answers, the level 3 answers, analysed both effects of the arms race. Strand 1 is that the arms race intensified the Cold War. Both sides now had weapons capable of wiping out entire cities. The bomber gap and then the missile gap created mutual fear and deep suspicion. Sputnik proved that ICBMs could strike the US homeland. Nuclear war became a genuine, credible threat for the first time. Defense spending soared and the Cold War became more dangerous. But there's also strand 2, which is that the arms race also restrained the Cold War. And this is the one that most students missed. The concept of mutual assured destruction or MAD meant that both sides knew a nuclear exchange would result in total annihilation. This made direct military conflict between the superpowers effectively unthinkable. Furthermore, the enormous financial cost of the arms race created pressure to reduce tensions. This is why Khrushchev pursued peaceful coexistence and why the 1955 Geneva summit between Khrushchev and Eisenhower happened. The arms race paradoxically helped to prevent a hot war. An answer that covers both strands, intensification and restraint, with specific knowledge to support both, is an 8 out of an 8 answer. So before looking at model answer, Let's go through some language you could use to help to make sure you're working at a level 3. These are some phrases that show you're analysing importance and not just describing events. To open with importance, you could say the arms race was significant because. To link to the question, this was important for the development of the Cold War because. To show a major shift, you could say this transformed the nature of the Cold War by. To show causation, you could say, as a result of this, both superpowers. To show impact on relations, this deepened or heightened tensions because. And for your second strand, the restraining effect, you could say, paradoxically, the arms race also, or the financial cost of the arms race led to, or furthermore, this was significant because, or ultimately, the arms race was significantly because. Use at least 3 of these across your answer, and you are demonstrating the analytical reasoning the examiner needs to see for level 3. So now let's see all of this in practice. Here's a model answer targeting the top of level 3, so 7 to 8 marks. Listen carefully and notice how every sentence is about importance and not just describing events. Sentence 1, importance statement. The arms race in the years 1949 to 58 was significant for the development of the Cold War because it transformed the nature of the conflict from one of political rivalry into a direct nuclear threat. Notice that the first sentence immediately states why the arms race was important. It tells you what it changed. Sentence 2 is specific knowledge. In 1949, the USSR tested its first atomic bomb, ending America's nuclear monopoly. Both superpowers then raced to develop H-bombs, the USA in 1952 and the USSR in 1953. By the late 1950s, Sputnik in 1957 proved ICBMs could strike the US homeland, defense spending soared, and missile sites were established across Western Europe. This includes precise dates, named events, and specific consequences. That's AO1. Sentence 3 is analysing of the importance. This was important because it created intense mutual fear. The bomber gap and the missile gap heightened superpower suspicions. The arms race was therefore significant in making nuclear conflict a credible threat, transforming superpower relations from political competition into mutual existential fear. That's your AO2 analysis, explaining why the knowledge matters and not just what happens. Part 2 of the model answer, the second strand, and this is what takes a level 2 response to a level 3 and to 8 out of 8. However, the importance of the arms race was not limited to the intensification of the Cold War. Paradoxically, it also acted as a restraint on direct superpower conflict. That single word, paradoxically, signals to the examiner that you're thinking analytically. You're not just building a one-sided case. The concept of mutual assured destruction, that any nuclear exchange would result in the total annihilation of both sides, made direct military conflict between the USA and the USSR unthinkable. Furthermore, the enormous financial cost of the arms race led Khrushchev to pursue a policy of peaceful coexistence, resulting in the 1955 Geneva summit between Khrushchev and Eisenhower, a direct consequence of the pressures created by the arms race. Now, you could also add a couple of words in conclusion. The arms race was therefore doubly significant. It intensified Cold War tensions through mutual nuclear fear, but simultaneously helped to prevent those tensions from escalating into a direct hot war. It was this paradox, that the weapons designed to win a war made war itself impossible, that defined the unique and dangerous character of the Cold War in the years 1949 to 1958. That's your closing part of the paragraph. That conclusion brings both strands together and it wraps them back to the exact question focus, the development of the Cold War, and that would get you an 8 out of 8. Before we go through the checklist, let's look at 5 mistakes that the examiner's report included. Firstly, as we've already mentioned, describing America's use of the bomb on Japan in 1945, which was out of the date range. The second mistake was generalized statements about increasing tension. Both sides had nuclear weapons in this increased tension. That would only get you a level 1. You need to explain the specific mechanism by which the arms race increased tension. The bomber gap, the missile gap, Sputnik, MAD. Thirdly, including events outside the time frame. The examiner's report specifically noted that low level 2 responses included things like the Non-Proliferation Treaty, SALT I, and some even included Star Wars. These are all well out of the 1949 to 1958 range. Mistake 4 was only writing one strand of importance, describing only the intensifying effect of the arms race and missing the restraining effect, MAD, and peaceful coexistence with the Geneva 1955, limits you to the middle of level 3. It was both strands that were needed for the very top marks. And mistake 5 is treating this like a narrative account. This isn't a story of what happened. Every sentence must be about significance. If you catch yourself just describing events in order, stop and ask, why does it matter? And then write that down. So here's your grade 9 checklist. 1. Have I opened with a clear importance statement that answers why does the arms race matter? 2. Have I included precise specific knowledge such as 1949, H-bombs, the bomber gap, etc.? 3. Have I analysed why the arms race mattered and not just described what happens? 4. Have I covered 2 strands of importance, i.e. intensification and the restraining effect of MAD and peaceful coexistence? 5. Have I used importance language throughout? This was significant because this transformed or paradoxically. 6. Have I stayed within the 1949 to 1958 date range? No Japan 1945 or SALT or Star Wars. 7. Does my conclusion tie both strands together and link back to the development of the Cold War? 8. Have I spent no more than 12 to 13 minutes on this part? If you can tick all of those boxes, then you should be writing at the top of level 3. So remember, question 3 is about importance, not description. Every sentence needs to answer why the arms race mattered for the development of the Cold War. Open with a statement, back it up with knowledge, conclude by linking both back to the question once you have done your analysis, and stay within the time frame. If you found this useful, then please give it a like. It genuinely helps other students to find these guides. Subscribe and hit on notifications if you want more videos on exam skills, poems, and videos on how to get a grade 9 on exam content. Now, good luck with your exam. You've got this.